Hi, this is Maya. She's gonna help me make the video today. I just wanted to make a video about veganism and animals and something that I actually made a video about recently. And because I had some of these eating disorder videos, I kind of wanted to make one pertaining to this in a very forgiving way for people that haven't been able to really be a true vegan or vegetarian because of health reasons, or they need to gain weight, or whatever the reason is, because I've heard different things and I've had experienced different things myself. It's very cold here today in Sedona. That's why I'm all bundled up. It's probably only like 45 degrees and I've been inside all day. I really should go out in the sun and warm up, but I just kind of snuggling in with these guys today. So Maya's not a vegetarian. She does love vegetarian food. She likes gluten-free food too. But she eats mostly a raw diet, and I try to buy as humane as possible, if there's even such a word or term, is it true or not. Try to buy organic food, and for her as much as I can, and for Bridget, and for my kitty Luna. But Maya does eat Acana dog food, which is out of Canada, and they have fairly high standards, and it's mostly all pasture raised. So when you get into these terms, pasture raised, free range, organic, do they really matter? As a vegan or vegetarian, most of us know that they don't. And I think that it's a really tough subject. But we can only do what we can do, and for our animals, we really shouldn't, in my opinion, we really shouldn't force them to be vegans. I actually used to buy vegan dog food for Bridget long ago when I first became a vegan, before I studied and researched about animals. And although they can eat a lot of vegetarian food, unlike cats who are true 100% carnivores, dogs can eat a lot of vegetarian foods. And I do feed my dogs as much as I can for vegetables, but they also need to eat a lot of protein, which has to come from meat, because they do have, well, you can't really see Maya's beautiful teeth, but they are carnivores. It's my understanding that their health really improves when you feed them more animal products, and not dairy so much, just mostly as much pasture-raised meat as you can, and bones. And it's rough as a vegan for me because I'm mostly 100% vegan, and it's hard to feed them this and to supply them with these things, because you have to think about where it's coming from. But the good news is the more humane the meat gets, like I'm saying, it's hard to actually call meat humane, but there are differences in practices. Not a big difference, but there can be a difference, especially if you get them from local farmers. The better it is for the dog too, because the dog is not eating the GMO corn, which is not good for dogs. Dogs shouldn't be eating grains. So a little bit of rice here and there is okay for them, but in my experience, they don't do too good on grains. So they're more of a vegetable, fruit, meat-based animal. And this little girl was very unhealthy whenever we adopted her. It's been almost 2 years now. In January it'll be 2 years. And she was scrawny. She didn't look very healthy. If you look at my old pictures of her on my Facebook, you can see that she's changed a lot. Her hair has gotten very silky and smooth and lush, and she had 3 rotten teeth, and she has some extractions because of that, but she's doing really great now. She had the most terrible breath. Oh, it was awful, and she was just really unhealthy and tired all the time, but she's doing really great now on this new diet. Like I was saying, it's mostly raw, but we do feed her some dry food by Acana. It's A-C-A-N-A. It's a very good company. It's expensive, but it's a very good company, and she's mostly on that. And she loves her vegetables. She had some zucchini and some carrots, and she loves vegetables, and she loves fruit. She's a really good dog. She just mostly eats anything that is healthy. You could see her turn her nose up to certain junk foods, and they don't eat any. My animals don't eat wheat at all, or grains. And I saw a huge difference in her health. So I just, encourage people to try to feed the dog as their animals, their pets, as much as you can, organic and pasture raised, and don't make them go onto a corn-based diet, please. It's not healthy for them. You know, they do need meat. In the wild, a wolf is a hunter. This brings us to a lot of debates here about whether we're omnivores, carnivores, or vegetarians. And I know that, okay, Maya, I know that it's a tough subject for everybody. I'm scratching her back now. She doesn't want to be on the camera, but she wants her back scratched. It's a tough subject for me. I've gone off and on with vegan and vegetarianism for a few years now, and a little while ago, I made a video on not having to be perfect vegetarian or vegan. I'm very passionate about it. I'm very passionate about animals. I love animals, and I love to talk about this sort of thing because I've had experience in a lot of different ways of eating and diets, and for my health, and not for losing weight, but for health reasons. I've tried just everything out there to see if my health would improve. And lately, as of late, I've been eating vegan. I still do eat honey from time to time from my farmer's market, but other than that, I'm on a vegan diet. You know, once in a while, if there's a pasture-raised egg in my fridge, because my husband brings home some eggs from the farmer's market, and luckily the people there don't kill the chickens, so they're more of a loving pet that produces eggs, they sell them there. So those sort of things I don't have a problem with. But I find that more and more I don't even like animal products at all. Of course, I always loved cheese, and I will love cheese for the rest of my life, I'm sure, but I don't eat it anymore. And I don't feel good on animal products. I feel a lot better eating a vegan diet anyway. So even whenever it's possible to eat it, and it is actually 100% humane, like if I had my own chickens, and I rescued and they laid eggs, would I eat the eggs? That's always an issue. I don't even know if I would, maybe in a baking recipe or something, or maybe I'd give them to Maya and Bridget, because it would be a humane way for them to get protein. But honestly, I don't partake of any animal products right now because I've had health issues in the past, and I had problems with my kidneys. And it seems as though when I'm eating a vegan diet 100%, the problems go away. And I actually have a lot less pain and inflammation. Animal products do cause inflammation in human beings. I don't think that they cause inflammation in these cute little furry guys, because the more animal products they eat, it seems as though the better their health improves and their arthritis gets better. So they definitely have a different body structure, blood chemistry. Everything's different with them than it is for us. And I think that's what marks us different from them, is they are more of a carnivore. I do think a dog can survive on just about anything because we've made them so domesticated in this way, where the cat actually can't survive on a vegan diet. So please don't put your animals on vegan diets. It's just not good. Please instead research and try to find the most humane way for them to eat instead of just buying from factory farms. Try to find the best way. It's a sad thing. You still have to bring the products into your household, but I think that we can't force our fellow humans or our animal babies, friends, to be on something that we are just because we believe it's the right thing, and we can't force it. My husband still eats meat, so I still have meat in the RV refrigerator. I'm seeing him getting more and more conscious of it, and going away from it a little bit and thinking about what he's eating now. Like, he doesn't eat pork anymore. He rarely eats beef anymore. So he's cut out a lot of stuff, but he still is eating meat. And I can't force anyone to do anything. When I was a vegan before, I was very active, and sometimes I was a little bit too forceful with people, and I think that doesn't really help matters. You can just kind of, post your stuff on Facebook or your blog or whatever you have for social media, and try to educate people and talk about your passions and let them see how healthy you are. My health has actually been improving now that I'm eating as a vegan again. So I've been coming across this debate with Christianity and veganism. I was thinking about last night, and all of a sudden I started seeing all these articles pop up coincidentally. And I was just wondering what everybody else out there thought about, was Jesus a vegan? Was Jesus a meat eater? What should we do as Christians? If you're a Christian, what should we do as Buddhists? What should we do as any religion? But what should we do as a Christian particularly? I just wonder, what do you think about being a Christian and eating meat? And buying meat from factory farms and buying meat from farms that are so-called organic that you think are free range and they're out there roaming and they're pasture raised and all this stuff, and really it's just another factory farm. Realize that the word free range chickens means really nothing. It just means that they're all in this huge factory farm house that's miles long. Well, not miles long, but it's long. It's just this big, huge industrialized building that they don't even have hardly any room to move around in. They debeak them so that they won't peck each other. Just because they're not in a small cage doesn't mean much. They're not outside. They're not outside eating bugs and worms and things that they should be eating. They're inside and they don't ever see the light of day. So please don't let these little labels trick you into thinking that you're eating something healthy. It's not even good for you, and it's not good for the environment. It's not good for the animals. So there's a lot of great movies out there that you can watch that I wish I would have known about a long time ago that will help in your process of trying to figure out what's healthiest for you. One of the best movies I love this movie. It's called Peaceable Kingdom. My friend Alexander told me about it. Peaceable Kingdom. Look that up. It's really good. There's a lot of great ones out there. There's a newer movie called The Ghost in Our Machine, and it's a beautiful movie. It's really well done. But there's also a lot of healthy movies, about our health, like Forks Over Knives and Farmageddon, and there's just so many movies out there. I'm going to put some of the links here. Peaceable Kingdom is not free. You have to pay to watch it, just a couple of dollars, and it's well worth it. It's a great, great movie. I think The Ghost in Our Machine you might also have to pay $2.99 for. But these are really great, inspiring movies. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about veganism today and what it means to me. That's Maya. She's groaning and moaning. She makes the cutest sounds. I love animals so much. I see them as my brothers and sisters, my children, my teachers, my angels. I can't eat them anymore. Things have changed for me throughout the years because I couldn't find a healthy balance, and I thought that there was no way but eating animal products. As it stands right now, I don't feel that way. I don't know what my health will do in years from now. I don't know if it'll change. I can't promise anything. I've heard of a lot of vegans who are just not healthy after a few years. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's because they have underlying health problems, because they're not eating enough vegetables. I don't know what the deal is. I can't say for somebody else what they should be eating. But I know for me, as this moment in time, today and tomorrow and the next day, I'm a vegan. And I've been struggling with this for years, back and forth, trying to figure out what to do as far as eating meat, not eating meat. And I've gone through periods of veganism, vegetarianism, and then I've gone back to eating meat. I can't say I can ever eat an animal's flesh again. Maybe I could if I had to protein deficiency, which I'm starting to believe that there's no such thing as this going on. I don't want to say this out there, and there's a lot of people that probably had to go back to eating meat, and I'm not here to judge them and say, you're wrong, you weren't getting enough green juices, you weren't getting enough this or that vitamin supplement, because I just don't know somebody else. Everybody's different. But all I know is for me, I'm passionate about animals. I can't eat them. I just can't eat them. I don't have a choice. I can't stomach them. I can't digest them. I can't eat them. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a spiritual thing. I don't know if it's a health thing. I don't know exactly what it is, and I can't really put a definition on it. And that's the thing with me, is that I'm always trying to figure out why this, why that, and sometimes it just is the way it is, and that's how it is for me. I can't eat animals. So can you let me know what your ideas are about this? Do you eat animals? How do you feel about it? Have you been a vegetarian and now you're back to eating meat? Are you a vegan? Do you eat everything? Do you abstain from everything but eat fish? What are your ideas, and why do you feel that way? I'd just be interested to know. It's an interesting conversation topic. There's no judgment here. I don't want any fighting. I don't want people to fight about this. It's ridiculous to fight about this subject. I just like to know your ideas on this. So have a great day, and I hope to hear from you and about what your ideas are. Thanks. Bye.